Hey, good afternoon, everybody, or good morning. It's an early morning here on a great Tuesday, beautiful blue sky. And today I'm out of the shop. I'm actually here at one of our really good vendors, our towing vendors, B&F Towing here in Newcastle, and I'm in their yard. And just to make sure everybody understands, this week is National Teen Safety Driving Week. And all of us, whether we were parents, whatever, we were all teenagers. We all know some of the things that we did while driving, and we're not proud of them. And a lot of times we forget that, in our youth, and even when we're not youth, in none of our youth, we have a tendency to be distracted. And it's all about being distracted, especially in today's vehicles. So I'm in the yard. Hey, Malin, good morning. I'm in a very large yard, and you know what? Wrecked cars, salvage cars, really do show a story, a scary story. So let's not forget, I'm going to turn the camera around. Let's go through some of the vehicles to kind of teach us what distracted driving can do. And this is for everybody. I just don't want to be on teens, but for parents, we want to be able to make sure we really highlight some of the things that's going on with today's vehicles. And again, today's vehicles are designed to protect us or to not have us really severely damaged, but they are going to have us injured. They're not going to stop us from not being injured. Nonetheless, we have to stay really on point with our driving, and that's really good habits. So let's turn around. Let's take a view at some of the vehicles here, okay? Here we go. All right, as you can see, we have more than a little fender bender. And what's really neat about coming to a yard is that you can see or possibly think of what took place. Who was in the vehicle, what was going on at the time, were the drivers really paying attention to everything? And you have to question, like we have a padded steering wheel. All right, if I have to give a commentary on a padded steering wheel, Ted Wolfer, good morning. You're in the business, Ted. Your comments are always welcomed here. But as I see a padded steering wheel, those pads are loose. They're not fully gripping the true wheel. That's why you always want to stay with a true wheel. Those pads can be very, very tricky. They don't give you a good feel. They might feel comfortable in the hand, but it doesn't really mean that they're securing the wheel the way that you should. Hand to wheel is the way you want to have it. And what's the magic numbers for good steering? Come on, let me hear it. Come on. 2 and 10. 2 and 10. Position your hands at 2 and 10 on the wheel at all times so that you get a good firm grip. These are some tips that all drivers should have, all drivers, but parents and whatnot and guardians and all. Driving is very important. Think about what your responsibilities are to not only yourself and your passengers, but everybody else on the road. So again, let's go back and take a vehicle here. You can see the damage is done. Now, like I said, you always look at stories, what stories these vehicles tell us, how it got in an accident. Here we have, looks like a simple fender bender. Here's a Porsche, so it doesn't matter make or model. Here's a Porsche, right? Airbags blown out, crumpled front, but this was a rear-ended. And who rear-ended it and why? Again, it's just the damage. You don't want children, you don't want teens, and if you are a teen looking at this, or if you're a parent wanting to pass it on, you got to pay attention. Having everybody pay attention to what's going on behind the wheel. Again, look at the damage. Look what's happening. All right, and these are actually called minor situations in a sense. You can see the crumple zones. You can see how it's pushed in. Just little things like that. I appreciate everybody joining. This is just something that is near and dear to me. Why? Because I want everybody to drive safe and drive smart. No kidding. That is the name of our program. You're going to see at Buckley's Auto Care more emphasis on not only proper car repair and maintenance, but from child car safety seats to driver's education. That's where we're going. So we want to highlight some of the things here. And there's nothing better, there's no place that you can do this better than inside of a salvage yard to look and see what takes place and how things happen. Here's a Chevy truck, lost its wheel, right? Looks like it lost the wheel, went out of control, hit the hood, hit the front. This is all conjecture, so I'm conjecture. Again, look at the pad on the wheel. Your grip is not healthy. It cannot be. There's no way that you have a true sensation, a true tactile sensation with your hands. Crumpled in the front, looks like you hit a pole, right? Wrapped around a pole. There you go. Cracked windshield, no airbag, but you can see where it went off, and the axle's missing and torn and bent. The bed is all over there. Hey Frank, good morning Frank, how are you? We are in a, Frank, it's National Teen Safety Driving Week, and I wanted to highlight some of the stories that all salvage cars and all wrecks will show you. Here's one here, and it's to help everybody understand exactly how dangerous driving can be if you're not paying attention. Airbags off, look at the vehicle, it's a lot of stuff on the inside, tires, maintenance, wheels, all that comes into effect, and you don't want to end up in any kind of accident. But the key is not only making sure that the vehicle is safe driving wise, engine wise, brakes and tires. The driver, you, the driver, must be well aware of everything that's happening all around you. And you can't do it if you're holding your cell phone, smartphone, talking, sipping, eating, makeup on, all of that going on at the same time. And honestly, it's very easy to do. It's very easy to get distracted. Thank you for the likes, Frank. Appreciate it. Sad. We need to educate our teens. We do need to educate our teens, very much so. And so hopefully, some of the things you see here, it's not a matter of scaring them straight. It's a matter of them getting them to understand what the job of driving really. It's a privilege because you are amongst other people. And you have a responsibility that you have to take care of. You have to be responsible for or accountable for. So that means putting your smartphone away, locking it in, putting things down that are distracting. You know, don't worry about the song that's coming on next. Put your feet where they belong, by the pedals, to the left and to the right. So you have to be able to be conscious 100% of the time behind this wheel. If not, you're going to run into some issues. So now we have back here, let's show you some other ones. Now these look like they've, some vehicles that actually have had fire damage, of course. But again, look at this right here. This is a severe damage where it rolled. This is a rollover, as you can see. How it happened, you never know. We don't know the story, but you can bet that a lot of times, well, here's a story right here. Caught under the fender well. Drinking and driving? We don't know. But again, we're showing signs of how not to drive, how to pay attention. Look how this caved in on the person, right? The hood line came in and went right over to the individuals. Everything on the inside. My gosh, how lucky are these people right here? We don't know the story, but I really don't know if I'd want to find out. And let me tell you, I know all of us can share our stories. I'll share a story with you that, no matter how safe it was, I rolled a vehicle once with my sister and one of her friends. Very lucky to be alive. It was similar to what you just saw with this, with that silver Aurora that we had, the Oldsmobile. But back here, again, paying attention to what's going on. And even as an adult, we have lapses. We have lapses in our own habits that can cause us to have an issue. So adults are not clear and clean of this kind of problem. We have to start paying more attention. There are so many distractions today in the vehicles. By design, you have a multitude of lamps and lights and everything coming at you from a dash. And you almost have to be like a pilot to understand what happens when these lights come on and why they come on. That compounds the matter of now you're looking for like CarPlay or Google Play or syncing up your phones, looking at your phone in a sense. Drowsy driving, absolutely. We're a 24-hour, 24/7 society almost, and we get fatigued. You're truck drivers. You're over the roads. Hey, Bill, thanks for joining us. So here we go. Let's look at this one here. We'll turn the around. Here we have it. Looks like a Dodge Durango, a front end crash and a rear involvement. Tires blown out. Do you really want this happening? No, nobody wants to be involved. No one wants to go through this at all. And all families are affected. Just think of how not only of course the human side is most important on how it affects families and individuals, but what about the economic side of things? We do have to take that in consideration, whether or not we escaped, with no injuries, but we still are being affected from our pocketbooks. So we're going to walk up a little bit just to go out here. And again, if you're just joining us, thank you very much. We certainly appreciate it. I'm here today in one of our towing vendors, B&F Towing. They've allowed me to come on the lot to talk about teen driving. It's National Teen Driving Week, and from Buckley's Auto Care, we want to highlight some of the effects that teen driving should have. Hey, I'll click share and invite a few friends, get the word out. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it, brother. And it's important to get the word out. Take a moment, talk to kids, talk to your teens, talk to adults. Let's face it, we have to take responsibility on our own if we want to be able to share the road properly. And that means everybody has to get involved, from us as repair centers to parents to guardians to everyone. I'm going to profess right here that I feel that it's my responsibility as someone who is with your vehicle for service and everything else. I'm trying to make it safe on the road, because I know that what a loose tie rod can do in terms of steering. I can tell you that a steering pad, a steering cover is not good to feel the vehicle. You must feel that road. You must feel what's going on underneath of you. So if I don't take it another step beyond that by trying to educate up everybody, I'm doing everybody a disservice. So my profession needs to come on board a little bit more and get involved with things that help people become better, safer drivers on the road, from teens on up, because it's getting more and more dangerous to be a motorist, to be a driver on the road today. If you just look at some of the traffic patterns that are going on, you can see where construction, road patterns, everything of that nature is starting to affect our ability to remain in lanes, lines, put up with all kinds of stuff. And again, I go back to the distractions that we are facing today, from smartphones to radios to gauges to wheels, everything underneath of that. We have to be able to get involved a little bit. Feel the love. Great message. That's it. Thanks, Craig. I appreciate it. And so again, I'm preaching because I really, really believe in what this is all about. The initiative Drive Safe, Drive Smart that we're launching at Buckley's Auto Care is going to incorporate a lot of these messages consistently. So yes, you may see me kind of clowning around sometimes, with everything that we do, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is serious for us, our family, and we want it to be serious for you. We want you to pay attention to what happens on the road today. And if we can help you, we will gladly help you. And there's professionals on this video right now and in this stream that will do the same. I know it. I believe in them. The network is huge, and this is where we need to go. We are your partner in keeping the car not only safe on the road mechanically, but we have to educate you to make sure that you are the safest drivers out there all the time. So we look around and we can see, oops, I'm just going to try and get the cat here. Right, there we go. We got, right, I will share it out, Frank, as it gets built. Everything is coming on board very nicely. I appreciate your work as always, brother. We look over the whole array of cars. Think of every car has a story to tell. What's your story going to be? How long are you going to keep it? Right? You don't want horror stories. You want good stories. You want stories that, hey, that give you fond memories, that have taken you to your vacation safely, here and back. You don't want stories where it ended up in a salvage yard waiting to be extracted, waiting to be reviewed, or worse. So again, friends, I can't thank you enough for hanging out with me this morning. Please, if you feel that you want to share this, please do. It's a message that I think all of us as professionals who work on your vehicle day in and day out, who talk to you about cars, we need to talk a little bit more about what's inside the car, just not what's under the hood. Okay? I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to go back to the shop. Again, appreciate it very much working with us. I look forward to bringing more messages like this as I begin the journey of taking Buckley's Auto Care into another dimension. And it isn't going to be the outer limits. Let's put it that way. So again, thank you everybody. I appreciate it. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Take care.